Hey, what's up guys? It is Rob and I'm back with another list video. I've been tagged once again by Chucky Doll to do my top 13 favorite Will Smith films. Gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Will Smith. I think the guy has a huge ego. He's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood right now. One of the highest. It's kind of hit or miss for me. It's like, he'll do a movie where he plays a really good character. And he does a good job. But then the movie sucks. It just sucks. Like Suicide Squad is the perfect example. He played Deadshot. He was spot on. He was fantastic as Deadshot. I wanted to see more. But the movie was garbage. All out garbage. I couldn't stand any of the other characters. Couldn't stand the story. And it sucks because he did such a good job. If he had his own movie called Deadshot, it probably would have done better. But I did not like Suicide Squad. I think it's the worst of the DC films. But anyway, that's an example. And, you know, I did enjoy movies like Ali. The Men in Black series is okay. I think that's kind of overrated when it comes to Men in Black. But then there are movies that I did not like you know, Wild Wild West, you know, After Earth. I thought that was ridiculous. So yeah, it's like hit or miss, and I just think that he doesn't pick the right roles sometimes. I'm really curious to see what Aladdin's going to be like, because at first I didn't like the genie, like most people didn't like the look of the genie, but now, I mean, he looks fine. I think Jafar is a bigger issue, but when it comes to Will Smith, I mean, we'll just see what happens. At least the guy tries, you know. I give him that. So I've narrowed it down to 5. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air back in the day, Uncle Phil and Carlton. I thought that show was hilarious. So I don't even own 13 Will Smith films, let alone 10. So I can't really do a top 10. I went in my collection, I found 5 great movies, in my opinion. And the first one that I picked, that's number 1, because I'm going to go from 5 to 1. The number 1 pick is where he shows his acting chops. I mean, he is so good in that movie. And it's an excellent movie. So I narrowed it down to 5. I'm going to do my top 5 favorite Will Smith films. And I will put Chucky Doll's you know, channel, the link in the description. Go subscribe. So, I hope you guys enjoy my top 5 favorite Will Smith films. Starting with number 5 is a comedy, and it has Will Smith, Kevin James, Adam Arkin, and I thought this was really funny. Hitch. Basically plays this guy, you know, setting up dates and people who are having trouble communicating with women. He helps them out. And he knows everything about women. He knows, you know, what they're going to say, what they're going to do, what they're thinking, things like that. Really funny. I really enjoyed this one. And Kevin James is actually funny in this too. So, for me, Hitch comes in at number 5. Number 4 is a Michael Bay film. And I thought this was really funny as well. And there's a lot of great action. Bad Boys. Now, there's Bad Boys 1 and 2. I think Bad Boys 2 is not as good as the first one, even though there are some good stuff in Bad Boys 2. It's just nothing compared to the first. But you got Martin Lawrence there, which I thought, you know, him and Will Smith have great chemistry. That's what really works for this movie. But yeah, action-packed. I love the dialogue. Just a lot of fun. Bad Boys is definitely one of my favorite Will Smith films, so that comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is a movie that I love. I love the premise. I love the story and Will Smith's character in this, because I felt so bad for him in this movie. I Am Legend. The only complaint I have about this movie is the CGI looking creatures. They're supposed to be infected with this virus. And I just, you know, they look too cartoony to me. That was my only complaint. The beginning scene where he's sitting in the bathtub and it's getting dark, and all of a sudden it's really quiet. All of a sudden you hear people yelling outside, and like all of a sudden it gets louder and louder and louder. Like all these creatures are coming out, growling and snarling and like yelling, and they're not really zombies per se. They're just infected, and they can run really fast and climb up walls, and they don't like the sunlight, so they stay in the dark. You know, when nighttime comes, you know, he sets his alarm, and then he locks himself in the building. But he's all by himself in New York, and he's walking around, and the streets are cluttered with empty cars, and like grass is growing over, and he's looking for supplies, him and his dog. And there's some sad parts in this movie. Please say hello to me. Please say hello to me. I like this movie, but like I said, the only complaint is the way the creatures looked. There's an alternate ending in this movie, and I do like the alternate ending. It's just, I like both endings. I actually like both of them. I was saving that bacon. I was saving it. Yeah, I Am Legend. I remember seeing this in the theater, and I really like this movie. So that comes in at number 3. Number 2 was really a no-brainer. Definitely one of the best action movies, definitely that I've ever seen. As far as sci-fi, one of the best sci-fi action films of the 90s, and that is Independence Day, with Will Smith, as a pilot, and he goes up against the aliens. Him and Jeff Goldblum, really, really fun movie, action-packed. The effects in this are way better than the creature effects in this movie. It's a shame, but yeah, I love this movie. Really, really cool. Big city-sized alien ships that destroy cities with just one shot of their beam that comes down, and yeah, really, really awesome. The sequel sucked. It sucked. So, my number 1 pick for my favorite Will Smith film of all time, and this is a film, like I said, that he shows his acting chops, and this is actually based on a true story, and he has his son in with him. Jaden. Pursuit of Happiness. This is a very sad, depressing film, but it's also a film that inspires me. No matter how down you are on your luck, no matter how many jabs life throws at you, you do not give in. You do not give up. You do whatever it takes to succeed, no matter what. There are so many things that happen to him in this movie, with him and his son, and his wife leaves him, so he's trying to get a job at this internship. And they only pick one person out of all these people after they take this test, so the odds are against him. But he's trying to take care of his son, and like he gets kicked out of his apartment, and he's actually homeless for a few days, and so they sleep in this bathroom in the subway. And just all the stuff that happens to him, I feel so sorry. I feel so bad for him in this movie, more than I did in I Am Legend. The fact that he's trying to do the right thing, raise his son by himself, get a job, and be also a role model. It's just so inspiring. This movie, he was so good. I felt like for a while there I wasn't watching a movie with Will Smith. That's how good he was. He wasn't doing the one-liners that Will Smith always does in a lot of his movies. Oh, I guess with some kind of Suicide Squad. Let's go save the world. He did none of that. There was no joking around in this movie. This is a very, very depressing movie, but I loved it. And it is my favorite Will Smith film of all time. So, if you have not seen Pursuit of Happiness, I definitely recommend you see it. It says right here, Will Smith, he gives the most touching performance of his career. And it's true. He really does. This is fantastic. For his son, one man will reach for the impossible. You know, he plays the character Chris Gardner, and like I said, it's based on a true story. And Chris Gardner is actually in the real Chris Gardner, the guy he's playing, is actually in the special features of this. The man behind the movie, A Conversation with Chris Gardner. So you get to see, you know, the real one. That was really cool. He also appears at the end of this movie. So, yeah, this movie's great. If you guys have not seen it, I definitely recommend it. So there you go. My top 5 favorite Will Smith films. Quick recap. Number 5 is Hitch. Number 4, Bad Boys. Number 3, I Am Legend. Number 2, Independence Day. Number 1, Pursuit of Happiness. Now, a lot of people probably say, like, oh, where's iRobot? I didn't even enjoy iRobot. I'm just being honest. I thought iRobot was kind of dumb. But that's just my opinion. Never was into that movie. But anyway, yeah, that's my top 5. Definitely do a response video. I know Chucky Doll has tagged quite a few people. So I'm not really sure who he tagged, but I'm going to tag like Bronco Juggalo, Sean Urshan, Horrific Nightmares JM. Let's see. Who else? I'll just leave it open. Anybody else wants to do it, definitely. You don't have to do your top 5 either. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with, like your top 10 or your top 13, like Chucky Doll did. Anyway, yeah, thanks for tagging me, Chucky Doll. I really appreciate it. And this is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.